Hey Facebook. So it's been a hot minute since I've done a live video, but just wanted to go live for a little while to talk about something that it's been weighing on my mind lately. I avoid the news as much as possible, but being online, my whole feed half the time is like all this stuff with Kavanaugh and Trump and all this political bullshit. So some things have come up for me with this that I wanted to address. There's two things that I keep hearing everybody talking about and harping on and that I wanted to address. And, you know, just to start out, before people start assuming who I support, what party I'm backing or whatever, I don't support either of them. It's not a two-party system. It's a one-party system. It's one group of rich assholes that control everything. And they basically write a script and they hand the left the script that says you're the protagonist this week, and the right, you're the antagonist this week, and next month y'all switch. And they own the media and they perpetuate this bullshit. So it's not real. So that's what we need to understand, you know, and I don't think a lot of people, the masses, haven't quite caught on to that yet. Even after everything that went down with the fake media stuff, people still don't really quite grasp this concept. They're still, you know, glued to the television waiting for the next big plot development, you know, like, you know, it's the movie of the week or whatever. But this stuff has been in my news feed like crazy, so I really wanted to address two things. One is, what I keep hearing people say is, why did this woman wait so long to come forward against Kavanaugh? Now, I don't have a viewpoint on this. I don't know if she's lying. I don't know if he's lying. We weren't there. We can't really say. So I'm not here to argue that point because we don't know. But I will tell you, I'm here to speak as someone that has been through a trauma, that I can say why people wait as long as they do. If someone that was molested by their Uncle Nobody in the backwoods is afraid to come forward, imagine how hard it is for someone to come forward against somebody that has political clout or power or comes from an affluent family. You know, it's even harder for them. And again, maybe she's lying, maybe she's not. That's you know, that's not the issue. But why do people wait so long? I don't know. Why over the years have we had so many grown men come out against the Catholic Church, against the priests that raped them as children? And I don't hear anyone, even Catholics, saying, oh, why they wait so long. Nobody says that, right? But when it's a political figure or when it's a celebrity, people want to say, well, why did they wait so long? Because nobody wants to believe that their favorite person, their person that they voted for, or their favorite celebrity did something wrong. So they find ways to justify it by saying, well, you know, they must be lying because they waited so long. And that's total bullshit. Because as somebody that's been through it, my trauma happened as a child, and I didn't even speak about it for the first time until my 20s. And even then, I downplayed it like it really wasn't that significant. And I just stuffed it down, and I didn't address it again until I had to. And I had to when he died, and that's all everybody was talking about. So then I had to address it. And even then, I still downplayed it. I didn't really allow myself to process the significance and the impact that it had on my life until like about a year ago, when the whole #MeToo thing started. But, you know, maybe for this woman, this happened so long ago and she stuffed it down, and because he's out of sight, he's out of mind. But then suddenly he's all over the television running for this high position of power. And now she's going to have to see his face on television all the time. So that causes a re-trauma, you know, and this is probably the case for a lot of people that come forward in these political situations, because they realize, I got to see this monster on television all the time living his life like he did nothing wrong, like he's just a great guy. And it's sickening, you know. So that's another reason why people don't come out till later in life. If you think about it, we're all walking around with some type of trauma, okay? Like I mentioned yesterday, trauma doesn't have to be something, dramatic and violent like rape. You might have been from a rich family. You might have had well-off parents that gave you everything that you ever wanted. And from the outside, everybody looks at you and says, oh, you have it all. You have a great life. But you didn't get the love and affection and attention and support that you needed. You got all the material things that you needed, but you didn't get the emotional things that you needed. So you're carrying around some type of trauma. And if you haven't even addressed that at 30, 40 years old, and that's your little trauma, what do you think it's like for these people that are carrying around a big trauma? Why do you think it takes them so long to come forward and say something? So I'm putting that out there so people can understand it from a different perspective, instead of just attacking this woman and saying, well, she must be lying because she waited so long. That's not true. Statistically speaking, most sexual abuse victims wait years before they ever come forward, if they ever come forward, because of this very thing, because they're going to get attacked, because they're going to be accused of lying. So they just don't. And so the second thing that I really want to address, and this one really burns my ass more than the other one. How many of you have heard this one? Well, I don't believe her, because, look at the pictures of her when she was young, and look at him. You really think he would sleep with her? And that one is the most ignorant thing I've heard people say, because rape isn't a crime of passion. Men don't just go, oh, I love her so much, she's so hot, she's so beautiful, I have to have her. Yeah, there might be an occasional case like that. But for the most part, I feel rape is a crime of hate. It's a hate crime against women. These men hate women. There's something there. There's something wrong with them that they hate women and they have to abuse them. It's a crime of violence. It's about control and power. It's about abusing innocent people to make yourself feel more powerful. That's what they do. That's what it's about. You have 30-year-old, 40-year-old men that rape 80-year-old nursing home women. Do you think they're raping Granny because she's hot? No. So if you're one of these people that think, well, there's no way he'd sleep with her. She's just, she's ugly. I don't see how she could be telling the truth. If that's your logic, imagine that your mother calls you up freaking out saying that your granny just reported that she was raped in the nursing home. Is your first thought going to be, I don't believe Granny. Who would want to have sex with her? Now you might think, well, why the hell would somebody want to do that? That's sick. But you would not discount your granny. You would not say she's a liar, because you can't fathom why somebody would want to do that. So she must be lying. But yet you don't think that way about someone that's accusing your favorite political leader or, or a celebrity. So we need to start thinking about things differently in more logical sense, because we're not doing that. We're seeing things the way that they want us to. They want us to see it from a standpoint of division. They keep us divided on these issues, right? Let me just point out this. Everything that the Republicans are saying about this issue, how, it's all a setup. They're just trying to tear this guy down because he's Trump's nominee, or, they're just trying to get digs in at Trump. They're trying to destroy him, or, she must be lying because, she's not attractive, or she waited so long. All these things that the Republicans are saying are the exact same things that the Democrats said when Clinton had scandal after scandal, sex scandal. And his were real. He was a womanizer. Okay? Yet, they said the same shit. It's the Republicans just trying to destroy him. Why would he want to sleep with her? Why would she wait so long to come forward? It's the same shit, different day. Your party is no better than the other party. They serve the same master. with the same agenda, which is to keep you enslaved. Because the more we stay divided, the more they stay in power. You know? Like, think of the two-party system as abusive, fucked up parents that have every mood and personality disorder, and they're on the far end of the spectrum, and they're abusing us. They have created a societal trauma, you know, of conditioned fear and hate and doubt and anger and separation. You know, the work that I do with intimacy coaching, it's rooted in that need to create intimacy and connection and unity, you know, within ourselves, within society, and the world. Because we can't bring forth that balance into the world until we have it within ourselves. Because until you learn to love and respect the masculine and the feminine within, you can't love and respect it without. So you have to do the work. We all have to do this work on ourselves and balance ourselves so that we can look at each other and just see each other as human beings and not as, you know, the opposite political party or, you know, this race or that sexuality or that gender. Because the day that we unite all together and we see past all those differences and we don't allow them to manipulate us anymore, that's the day that we can actually start to get shit done. Because we can unite on the things that matter. Like, what are you doing with our money? Why are our school systems so shitty? Why are you spending all our money on war? Like, isn't that things that we can all get behind and support? So why aren't we? Because we're allowing the media to brainwash us and to believe this bullshit. And it's all propaganda. So I challenge everyone to really start to think logically, outside the box. Stop thinking in the terms of two-party system, because there's no difference between them. This was the first election, the last election, that I didn't vote since I've been a registered voter, since I was 18, because I couldn't support anyone. They were all disgusting to me. And I saw past the bullshit. And there's people that say, well, you got to vote for somebody. I used to be one of those people that if you don't vote, you don't have a right to bitch. And then, you know, I had the veils pulled back and I could see, you know, it's a vote for evil, whichever side you vote for, you're voting for evil. So, you know, we got to choose a different way. So, you know, just look at this Kavanaugh thing a little bit differently. Maybe he's lying, maybe she's lying, we don't know. But when you say things like, well, you know, she must be lying because, you know, she waited so long, or she's not attractive, that's so ignorant. That's so ignorant, and we really need to move past that kind of shit because it's not helping anybody, you know. So that's my little rant for today, and I don't know, maybe I'll pop on again this week with some more, but that's it for now. Y'all have a good one. Bye.